Ambiance. Atmosphere. Illumination. That's it. You know, we all dream of being NXT champion one day. Life just allows us to experience different paths. Johnny Gargano. You dream of one day becoming NXT champion. And I don't doubt that you're the superstar to do that. But not yet. Not when the choices are you and you have the choice of me, the Velveteen Dream. Now, while we all know your rise was tainted in doubt, the Dream's experience was pure. So, the way I see it, no matter how the pieces fall, Johnny, a dream will be over.
Center Stage Theater in Atlanta is en fuego. We are T-minus 72 hours until TakeOver Philadelphia. Look who's back to NXT. No Way has found his way.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, weighing 245 pounds, No Way Jose!
Here is the one-man siesta, the human pinata. Someone give me a stick.
It's a fiesta, Nigel.
Hey, Nigel, articulate. Articulate, my friend.
I will do my best. You know, people get on me, people say I don't like Jose, but I'll be honest, his ring entrance is actually my second favorite ring entrance in all of NXT.
What's number one?
Everybody else combined.
You're a sad, sad man, Nigel.
I'm very happy.
You're a stuffed suit, brother. Lighten up over there. Enjoy yourself a little bit. Look, we got No Way Jose out here, man.
No Way Jose has a big test in form of the big Brazilian.
And his opponent, from Sao Paulo, Brazil, weighing 250 pounds, Cesar Bononi!
Cesar Bononi from Brazil has studied Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. In fact, was a pioneer of American football in Brazil many years ago, played tight end. And he also holds a victory over the current NXT champion, Andrade Cien Almas. Almas, of course, will defend the title this Saturday at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, only on the WWE Network.
Yeah, I think with all that height, he's hard to bring down. He's like 6'7", 6'6", 6'7". It's a big guy.
Trying to be lean as well. Looks to be about 6-7% body fat.
So Nigel, what should we look for early in this clash of styles?
Well, if it goes Bononi's way, he's got to try and put that BJJ experience.
I think Jose's going to try to get Bononi down, not let him utilize those strikes, that jiu-jitsu.
Side headlock being employed by Bononi. And then showing off his brute power, running over No Way Jose. Oh, there's the agility leapfrog by No Way Jose, and a shoulder tackle on Bononi. No Way Jose showing off his strength. Oh, and when Bononi went for the leapfrog, instead, it was a Manhattan drop into the armbar.
Well, it's all gone No Way Jose's way so far. Let's see what Bononi can do here. You saw when he had the advantage earlier, he grabbed a side headlock. I question that.
He continues to try to keep the bigger Brazilian grounded, has the arm barred. But now with Bononi back up to a vertical base, try to impose his size with the Irish whip.
Looking perhaps for a guillotine, didn't get it.
Oh, it just grabs a handful of Jose's throat.
Wow. Jiu-jitsu hair toss, they call that, Mauro. You're welcome.
Hey, man, nothing more impressive than seeing a big guy throwing a dead-on drop kick straight in the jaw.
Oh, there's some strong strikes.
Cesar Bononi unloading on No Way Jose with the pump handle.
Wow, that's some
Wow, what
strength.
strength over the shoulder. Power slam by Bononi. Is it enough to put away No Jose? And Jose kicks out.
Not pretty, but when you pick up a man the size of No Way Jose, it's almost impossible to be.
It hasn't exactly been a fiesta for the dancing machine from the Dominican Republic as the Brazilian bomber Bononi imposing his will and skill on Jose.
Yeah, there's nothing too pretty. It's all grimy. Bononi just finds a way to make things effective and make things work for him.
Bononi, just like No Way Jose, would love to become a player when it comes to the NXT Championship picture. And Nigel, both of them need to take advantage of opportunities like this.
Oh.
And No Way Jose took advantage of that opportunity, swinging neckbreaker.
It's an interesting idea about opportunities in NXT. You know, we're going to see later tonight Velveteen Dream getting opportunity that most people thought he was never going to get.
It's scheduled to be Johnny Gargano against Andrade St. Almas, but Gargano putting up his #1 contendership against the Velveteen Dream as No Way Jose delivers a power slam on Bononi.
Hey, fellas, I don't get the decision by Gargano, but I tell you what, I think Jose's about to get this win, though.
Wind up the pitch. And that leads to an impressive win for No Way Jose over Cesar Bononi.
No Way Jose!
Well, Percy, get out your feet. Excuse me, get out your seat and move your
You
feet.
can't even say it right. You blew it, man.
I was nervous. That man certainly isn't nervous. No Way Jose, big victory. Using that pop-up Toma punch. Look at the way here, he pushes him up into the exact position that he needs to be. Boom! Calls it Toma or take that.
Check this out in slow motion. Damn. Woo. That's a huge win over Cesar Bononi by the man right here, No Way Jose.
And No Way Jose dancing his way into the hearts of the NXT universe here at Center Stage in Atlanta as the time continues to tick away as we head towards NXT TakeOver Philadelphia.
And speaking of takeover implications, the NXT Women's Champion, Ember Moon, is going to defend her title against Shayna Baszler at TakeOver Philadelphia this Saturday. And to get the mindset of both champ and challenger, I conducted a sit-down interview with both superstars, and let's just say it went exactly as I expected. And we'll show that interview later tonight on NXT.
Shayna Baszler has gone to extreme measures to get NXT Women's Champion Ember Moon's attention. And speaking of extreme, Aleister Black and Adam Cole will collide in an Extreme Rules match this Saturday at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. Of course, Philly is a city steeped in Extreme history.
I am neither saint nor sinner. 15 years ago, I started a journey, but my journey is far from done.
There's an opportunity to name a new #1 contender.
Only one man can advance for the Fatal 4-Way. Is it gonna be Adam Cole?
When the war is over, I get a shot at the NXT Championship.
Or is it gonna be Aleister Black?
I know now what I need to do.
Adam Cole's one of the most technically gifted performers in sports entertainment, and now he wants to be the man in NXT. And Aleister Black has turned the tables on Adam Cole. What do you got? What do you got? You got a black mask! Aleister Black winning and moving on.
The following contest is a fatal 4-way match to determine the #1 contender for the NXT Championship.
Fatal 4-Way, no disqualification.
Black has all the ability to be the next NXT champion, mark my words.
Aleister Black on the cusp of becoming the new #1. Wait a minute! Remember, it was Aleister Black who bounced Adam Cole out of the tournament. The Undisputed Era just cost Aleister Black a chance to challenge for the NXT title.
Now, Aleister, you've virtually run through each and every person on the NXT roster. The problem is that the people you've been running through, they haven't been named. You are not on my level.
I will end anyone who gets in my way.
Oh, God! That cannot be disputed.
Adam Cole at TakeOver Philadelphia. Your match with Aleister Black is now an Extreme Rules match.
Oh my God!
You chose this path, Adam. I was born a weapon. I embody extreme.
Aleister, there are 1,000,001 ways for me to not only beat you in this match, but 1,000,001 ways for me to hurt you. And in Philadelphia, I will mangle and embarrass Aleister Black. I wouldn't take back a moment, now walking.
Welcome back to NXT. And we want to send a special shout out to the band Asking Alexandria for their song Into the Fire from their self-titled album, Asking Alexandria. It's one of the official themes of NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, and it's available now on iTunes and Spotify.
Hey, don't forget to make your voices heard in the 2017 NXT Year-End Awards. Make sure you visit WWE.com for all of the official details and nominees honoring the best and brightest of this past year.
The following contest is a women's division match scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Knoxville, Tennessee, Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair hoping for a breakout year in NXT.
She is the EST, and for those that don't know, let me break it down for you. She is the baddest. She is the strongest, the fastest, the smartest. She's got it all.
And she hopes to become the best. That also ends in EST there, person.
This is LaToya right here. And LaToya has been all around the world. She's competed in Japan and England. 10 years experience. I'm anxious to see what she can do against a superstar like the EST of NXT, Bianca Belair.
Not a good first exchange for Allsop. What she tries to do here.
Calling an elbow tie-up, and Bianca Belair backs Alsop into the corner.
Belair had the leverage advantage there, still has it there.
Oh! Belair bulldozes her way over
And
Latoya Alsop.
The speed of Bianca.
Belair, of course, earning kudos for her performance in the inaugural Mae Young Classic. Faced eventual winner Kairi Sane in the second round. Ooh. And she would love, that's Belair, would love to work her way into title contention. She has her eyes on that NXT Women's Championship currently around the waist of Ember Moon. Moon, of course, will face the Mae Young Classic finalist Shayna Baszler Saturday at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia.
Whoa, look at that. Tried for the head scissors, but stopped.
Countered right into the backbreaker by Belair.
I mean, I'm not even surprised. There's so much power. Bianca Belair is the strongest female on the NXT roster. From the University of Tennessee, an All-American track athlete. She can deadlift 415 pounds.
And speaking of Moon and Baszler, Mr. Watson, it won't be elementary when you have to, well, sit down with the two contentious rivals who will be going at it for the NXT Women's title. Percy will be talking to both Moon and Baszler later tonight. Oh!
Oh, that was an all-out forearm and then some. What's she trying for here? Almost a surfboard of sorts.
Could be looking for the double chicken wing as well, but she's just stretching out Latoya Alsop.
Toying with Alsop.
Toying with Latoya.
Hold on a second.
Boy.
Oh my God.
Man. And the extra push behind the neck just to make that landing just that more impactful.
A show of disrespect.
The EST's having a chip on her shoulder lately.
Oh, and she's known for utilizing that long braid of hers as well, the hair whip, but instead, it's Latoya Alsop trying desperately to work her way back into this matchup here in her NXT TV debut. High risk, and she paid for it.
Oh my God. Did you hear that?
That was the long EST ponytail in NXT.
Well said. And the power of Bianca Belair, reverse power bomb. Belair with the side press, hooks the leg, and Belair bags another victory. She would love to hair whip her way into NXT Women's Championship contention. Performances like this will get her there.
Let's take a look at a couple of things that will certainly send her in that right direction. Here it was, Alsop coming off the top with an idea, but the sound of that strike was just incredible.
And this is where things went really south for Latoya, going face first to the mat. Big victory right here. Way to start the year for Bianca Belair. EST is in the house.
We are less than 72 hours away from NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, where women's title holder Ember Moon defends against the new bully on the block, Shayna Baszler. It goes down this Saturday only on the WWE Network. Earlier today, my broadcast partner, Percy Watson, conducted an exclusive sit-down interview with both champion and challenger.
Welcome, NXT Universe. I am Percy Watson, and we are just days away from NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. But before we get to the in-ring action, we have a little action right here of our own. I'm here with the challenger, Shayna Baszler, and also NXT Women's Champion, Ember Moon. Champ, I just want to take a quick second and congratulate you on your NXT Women's title. I know you've overcome a lot of obstacles to get to this point in your career. But I just have to ask you, I mean, the NXT Universe wants to know, why did you call out Shayna Baszler?
Because Shayna is nothing more than a bully. She thinks that she can come into our division, take shortcuts, jump people from behind, try to injure Dakota Kai. What are you, overcompensating for something? You realize you just couldn't cut it in the NXT Women's Division? Please, do tell Shayna.
I mean, that smirk on your face really says a lot, Shayna. I mean, but the champ has a valid point. A number of superstars here have felt the effects of the Kira food. I mean, from Aaliyah to Kairi Sane to Dakota Kai. I mean, even that last match you had with Dakota Kai, apparently you were trying to hurt her. You were trying to break her arm.
It's never been about Dakota or Aaliyah or even Kairi. So you have to stir up waters to catch fish. And Ember Moon is the big fish in this pond.
So you think I didn't know what you were doing, Shayna? I am the big fish for a reason. You think that you're gonna come into my NXT Women's Division and take shortcuts where everyone else rises to the challenge? We live by a code, Shayna, of sportsmanship, skill, honor, heart. See, being NXT Women's Champion means that you have responsibilities. Not only to yourself, but to your division. And if you ever become NXT Women's Champion and set aside all of your selfishness, Shayna, you might get a small glimpse of what that means. But I promise you now, it will not happen at TakeOver Philadelphia.
Shayna, I gotta ask you, what are your expectations of such a grand, such a huge match? How do you expect this match to go?
You know something? You're right. You're right, Ember. You did it. You achieved your dreams. Started at the bottom, climbed your way, defeated the odds, faced the undefeated. You did it. You achieved your dreams. Good job. But you know what the difference between me and you is? I don't care that everyone knows the path that I took to get there, the struggles I went through, because I assure you, I worked just as hard as you. And at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, when you wake up and see me walking away with that title, you're gonna know that's me walking away with your dreams.
You guys were just... Shayna, just one more question if you don't mind. We already know so much about the champion, Ember Moon. If there was one thing you wanted the NXT universe to know about you, what would it be?
NXT Universe. I don't care what they think about me or how I got here. They're just gonna have to get used to it.
I gotta say, I am not surprised at all about how this interview went down. I mean, the tension between Moon and Baszler was thick enough to cut it with a knife. But what does surprise me is that Johnny Gargano is putting his NXT Championship opportunity at TakeOver Philadelphia on the line tonight against the Velveteen Dream. So who's going to face Andrade Cien Almas for the NXT title? We'll find out later tonight.
Well, last week we saw the beginnings of TM61's journey here to NXT. And as the Aussie battlers gear up for their much-anticipated in-ring return, we'll see the second part of TM61's incredible story up next on NXT.
Here we go. Listen to this place. At the Royal Rumble match, it's every man for himself.
Line them up, throw them over.
One of these men looking to live their dream.
Stars are gonna be made. Legends created. Who's gonna main event WrestleMania?
But that's not enough. We will have, for the very first time, an all-women's Royal Rumble match. What do you say, ladies? You make history once again.
Welcome Welcome back. Tonight, NXT TV is presented by Cricket Wireless. All about coverage in and out of the ring. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about. And two superstars with a lot to smile about these days are Nick Miller and Shane Thorne. Let's take you now to part 2 of our look at TM61.
TM61 is a missile as well. Does anyone bring that up? Nope. All they bring up is that it's a Pokemon thing. Don't admit that you know it's a Pokemon thing.
Shane Thorne and Nick Miller making their debut.
Really good to meet you, Tom.
It's great to meet you, Shane.
Miller and Thorne have traveled around the globe to prove that they are supreme when it comes to the tag team division. This could be a massive launching pad for their careers.
TM61 are ready to show the world who they are.
So, we're in San Jose for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Tournament, and I had a singles match with Roderick Strong, and I'd gotten into a position where I could double stomp down on him. As I've come down, my right foot had hit him so hard that my left leg went straight to the ground. I come down, I roll, and I'm clutching my knee.
I remember seeing him land, and I could see something on his face, and there was just a point where you just know that something's wrong.
All I could see was Takeover going out the window. I finished the match, won that match, then we made it all the way to the finals. They say, what's it saying? If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. I'm real tough.
Here we go. This is the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Coming all the way from Australia, Dusty would be proud of the way TM61 earned this opportunity.
What is happening right now? Are you kidding me?
Thorne, oh my God! The Air Canada Center bearing witness to TM61.
Funny, I tell people, I didn't jump. There was no jump in this leg. It was falling with style. It wasn't until the match with the Revival that was the final nail in the coffin, and the choice of just walking it off went off the table. From the medical staff, I've been told 6 to 7 months, so I know I've got a long road ahead of me.
Shane's one of the toughest people that I know. This is just, like I said, this is just a roadblock in the way. So we're going to come back stronger and better than ever.
Here he is. If you've got a long rope, I can just wheel him behind. Just that hopscotch.
I don't need any help. That's the thing they say, pain is weakness leaving the body, and I have to thank the Revival for putting me through that pain, because that was clearly some weakness that we had.
For the longest time, for the last 2 years, I think we've been trying to be something that we're not.
We might be new here, but we made a name for ourselves. Sorry.
We are here. We are ready to capture them TM61.
I would hate to think that the memory people have is what people have seen up until now. People have no idea what Shane and I can do. The Mighty Don't Kneel, it's more than just a name, it's an idea. Anything that you want to do, if you put your mind to it and you work as hard as you possibly can, you can make that happen.
From Perth, Australia,
It's about not giving up.
TM61.
You don't kneel to anybody. That's what the mighty are. The future is bright for Nick Miller and Shane Thorne.
TM61. I like those guys.
Shane and I are going to prove once again TM61 are everything that we say that we are.
Handsome, charismatic, funny, and talented. And they're Australian, so like chicks dig their accent.
Those tag titles, that is what brings us to NXT.
Take a good look at TM61.
Looks like TM61 aren't quite done yet.
They are headed to being the very best.
We are the mighty.
And the mighty Dirt Neil. Come on, always do. Let's just get excited.
Miller and Thorne have certainly had a bumpy ride thus far in NXT, but they're looking to get back on track when they return to in-ring action. What can the NXT Universe expect when the Aussie action heroes step back in the ring? Find out when the two brothers in arms reunite in the city of brotherly love next week on NXT.
Accompanied by Paul Ellering in a combined weight of 615 pounds, Akam, Razor, the authors of Pain!
The #1 contenders for the NXT Tag Team titles. They will challenge the Undisputed Era's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly Saturday night at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. Akam and Razor are on a path of destruction.
Whoa.
And it continues this week on NXT TV.
Starting off with Chase Brown and Damian Smith. This match hasn't even got started yet.
Rolling Death Valley drivers into the corner. Authors of Pain already authoring another annihilation.
Undisputed Era! You see this? You see it? This is you! Asiarea, Jitenetna, Natlo, AOP, Patlo! No, AOP, Yinamotra 6 NXT. This Saturday at NXT TakeOver, it's your turn.
We always knew they could walk the walk, and now Akam and Razor are showing they can talk the talk as well, as they continue to lay waste here at Center Stage in Atlanta. Super Collider!
If they do that to Fish and O'Reilly, we will have new NXT Tag Team Champions.
The malice intent behind AOP, man.
What a message sent. Let's take a look at some of this devastation. This is how this got started. Akam and Razor out of the gates before the bell could even ring.
I mean, this match never even started at all. But I'm sure these two felt the brunt of AOP. Look at this right here, Super Collider.
A powerful statement from the authors of Pain.
Paul Ellering experiencing deja vu as the authors of Pain, showing off shades of the legendary Road Warriors. The authors of Pain's emerging legendary career. Saturday, NXT TakeOver in Philadelphia, where they will attempt to become two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. But Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly have already intimated that they will rule the NXT Tag Team division for the entire year. The NXT Universe is salivating in anticipation of this super collision on the WWE Network.
That's at TakeOver Philadelphia, but later tonight, one match that has Velveteen Dream salivating is his contest with Johnny Gargano, because Gargano has put his NXT Championship opportunity at TakeOver Philadelphia on the line in the match. We'll find out who can claim that opportunity when the two men face off one-on-one next on NXT.
Listening to When the Lights Come On, one of the official theme songs for NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. We want to again thank the band Asking Alexandria for yet another track off their self-titled album. Check it out, Asking Alexandria, on iTunes and Spotify. Hey, if you ask Lacey Evans what she thinks of her fellow NXT female superstars, you'll get a less than flattering response. One of the names she lambasted last week following her victory over Aaliyah was one of the division's most unorthodox competitors, Nikki Cross. Next week, Evans and Cross will cross paths inside the squared circle right here on NXT TV.
And the winner will head to TakeOver Philadelphia to face Andrade Cien Almas for the NXT Championship. Introducing first, from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano!
Johnny Gargano shocked the NXT universe by becoming the #1 contender for the NXT title at the end of 2017 in what was a fantastic Fatal 4-Way match. I believe he may have shocked everyone even more by agreeing to put his opportunity at becoming NXT champion up for grabs against Velveteen Dream here tonight.
Well, recently Gargano has said all you need is one opportunity. He may have given that opportunity to Velveteen Dream.
Personally, I just don't see the point. You can't come this far and then let someone get into your head.
And his opponent, from Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., weighing 227 pounds, the Velveteen Dream!
And the Velveteen Dream continues to play mind games, sporting a Johnny Wrestling t-shirt. Remember, he spent a large chunk of 2017 wanting Aleister Black to say his name. Well, at NXT TakeOver, he was able to make a name for himself. But it was a costly affair as he was put on the sidelines after that brutal encounter with Black.
In terms of this matchup, Zelina Vega did all his work for him. Going to William Regal, essentially getting the match.
While Velveteen Dream feels he should have been in that #1 contenders match, but remember, injury kept him from competing.
I mean, there's no point in him feeling that way. If you're physically unable to perform, don't get hot at Johnny Gargano because he was afforded the opportunity in place of you.
Well, it's all about the here and now. Will Johnny Gargano rue the decision to allow Velveteen Dream an opportunity, or will the Velveteen Dream make it a nightmare for Johnny Wrestling?
Man, I hope not. Johnny Gargano has overcame too much and has worked too hard to get to this point in his career, this point in life, to let it all slip away now.
Yeah, for a while, 2017 was shaping up to be just as bad for Gargano as it was for his hometown Cleveland Browns. And while the Browns, they became just the second team in NFL history to go 0-16, well, Gargano is now, well, 2 wins away from becoming NXT champion. I have to admit, Nigel, I'm shocked that after everything Johnny Gargano went through, he's willing to put this opportunity that doesn't come around all the time up for
Well,
grabs.
there is a phrase, Morrow, pride comes before the fall, and perhaps that's what's happened here.
And the NXT Universe, mixed chance for both Velveteen Dream and Johnny Gargano. Stakes couldn't be higher.
I'm on the edge of my seat because, listen, I saw that match with Cassius Ohno. I saw the 4-way as well. And for him to come all the way back from the brink of demise to get this opportunity to only lose it at the last second.
What about the Velveteen Dream hanging with Johnny Wrestling in the early going? Oh, and
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, he made a
In the
mistake
middle.
there.
He's got it.
Gargano escape.
I think Gargano is ready.
And immediately Velveteen Dream with the ring presence to make it to the rope.
Johnny Wrestling seemingly in control. Can the purple pugilist get back in this match, or will Gargano continue on his incredible journey?
My days at WWE didn't end in storybook fashion. I never envisioned that I would be stepping back in the ring. It's so much pressure. This might be my last shot. I need to look at my wife and my son and see that they're proud of me. You know, you question yourself at this stage of my life, my ability to pull this off.
He put the pressure on himself. Every second it was going to be perfect. And we wanted to see Goldberg back in the ring.
And this last time was different. The desire to see his son and his wife to see him in the ring. It was a different Goldberg.
For the one time in my career, this ain't about me.
The #1 contender spot for the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia Saturday hangs in the balance. Johnny Gargano putting his #1 contendership up for grabs against the opportunistic Velveteen Dream. But again, and Velveteen Dream comes crashing down in the broadcast table, courtesy of Johnny Gargano. Gargano willing to do whatever it takes to ensure he remains #1 contender. Rolling senton off the apron for Johnny Wrestling.
To borrow a phrase from you, Moro, Gargano in El Fuego. Let's take one more look.
It's En Fuego, but nice try now.
Look at the impact with that cannonball senton.
But Johnny Gargano is taking it to the Velveteen Dream, fueled by the NXT.
No.
Slingshot spear, countered into a swinging neckbreaker, a swinging draping neckbreaker by Velveteen Dream, and Dream's ring IQ continues to grow exponentially. And Velveteen Dream turning the tables on Johnny Wrestling. The flamboyant NXT superstar, once that bell goes, he becomes ruthless.
Well, now that he has that advantage, he's going to push it.
You took my spot, huh? You don't deserve it.
Yelling at Gargano that he took his spot, that he doesn't deserve it.
There can be no doubt about that. Johnny Gargano certainly deserves it.
And without a doubt, to face Aleister Black, Killian Dane, and Lars Sullivan, and come out on top.
And despite some of Velveteen Dream's idiosyncrasies, he is definitely deserving of respect, especially after that match with Aleister Black. And now here in his return against Johnny Gargano with an opportunity at the NXT Championship hanging in the balance. Backslide by Gargano.
Oh, see the way he landed on the apron there on the way out. Damage done to the back.
Small to back, catching that corner of the apron, man. That's a hard spot of the ring there.
Remember, Velveteen Dream can become the #1 contender via countout, but the Velveteen Dream going all the way up to the top turnbuckle. The Velveteen Dream set for takeoff. Oh, sight. And the mind games continue as Velveteen Dream taking it mentally and physically to Johnny Gargano.
Velveteen Dream looks great. Now, you've got to remember, he's coming back from his first big career injury as well, and a lot of times that can really change a competitor, get inside his head.
I don't see any signs of ring rust or of Velveteen Dream missing a beat.
He hasn't missed a step.
Oh! And And Johnny Gargano did not miss with that lightning knife edge chop. Another one. He completes the trifecta, but then eats a knee and a clubbing forearm. Gargano and Velveteen Dream in a battle of attrition. The NXT Championship opportunity remains up for grabs. The NXT Universe in Atlanta witnessing another NXT epic encounter. This one between number one contender Johnny Gargano and the man who wants his spot, Velveteen Dream.
Big question though, can Gargano put him away?
So step up enziguri by Johnny Gargano.
He's fired up now.
And he can feel it in his soul. And Gargano sends Velveteen Dream chest first into the toe.
Oh, there it is.
Rolling kick.
Dream is prone.
Gargano. Ooh. Face first goes Velveteen Dream. And Dream kicks out.
Leaping, twisting, flatliner. He got all of it, but look, there's damage done to his neck. That was from the beginning of the match where he caught him and hit that neck breaker off the middle rope.
Yeah, Gargano may have to get creative if he wants to put away and finish the Velveteen Dream here.
Dream clinging on for all his worth.
At this point, both are willing to do whatever it takes, hopefully within
Ooh.
the rules. Oh, wow! Johnny Gargano just torquing on the left arm, and fireman's carry. I think Dream was looking for that rolling Death Valley driver. Instead, knees are down.
Oh!
Shoulders down, roll up by Gargano. Another 2 count.
Oh my God.
And a super kick by Velveteen Dream.
How was he able to
and
fire
a
back?
Rebound lariat from Johnny Wrestling. What a match.
Slow to cover.
But the cover is made by Gargano. And Dream able to raise that left shoulder just before the referee hit the canvas for the 3rd time.
You can understand why Gargano is exhausted. He couldn't get any more body weight across the shoulder of Velveteen Dream.
Both are running on empty, but both are willing to sacrifice for the now, for the here and now, the NXT Championship opportunity up for grabs, Percy.
Yes, sir, it is.
Let's take a look on the faces of both these competitors. The eyes are the picture to the soul. Hold on.
Velveteen Dream looking for that rolling Death Valley driver, well scouted by Johnny Wrestling.
Ooh.
Big kick by Gargano. Velveteen Dream doubled over. Oh. Gargano was looking for that Gargano escape.
Oh my word, what is that?
And brought it into the DDT for Velveteen Dream.
Oh no, 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 no.
Cover.
Come on, no.
Velveteen Dream get the championship
Oh
opportunity.
my
Johnny
goodness.
Gargano, he had to have seen that opportunity flash before his very eyes.
Where is this going to end? They are one-upping each other, maneuver after maneuver.
NXT Universe on its feet here in Atlanta. Listen to the crowd.
I'm sorry, I'm going to try and be professional here, but your heart's going out for Johnny Gargano at this point. To see him lose this.
Oh, gets hung up on the top rope.
That may cost him.
And of course, anytime Velveteen Dream goes to the top turnbuckle,
oh boy,
you're looking for that purple rainmaker. Jumping Suicida, Johnny Wrestling.
They are giving and throwing everything they got at each other.
That is how important the NXT title is. Johnny Gargano willing to risk it all. Take a look at this. Throwing it all on the line. Flying and landing.
Johnny Gargano struggling to get back up to his feet, as is Velveteen Dream.
At this point, Johnny Gargano is pot committed. He is all in.
Oh,
no!
Velveteen Dream ends up crotching Johnny Gargano on that top turnbuckle. A fortuitous turn of events for the Velveteen Dream.
You gotta think, fellas, it's all or nothing right now. Tomorrow is not guaranteed.
And Velveteen Dream with the all or nothing. Don't tell me, he's poised to deliver an avalanche death belly driver. Johnny Gargano with those back elbows.
Oh, he's let go. Now he's in trouble.
Mamma
no!
mia!
That's it!
That has to be it!
That is it!
Johnny Gargano's opportunity at the NXT title
No, Johnny,
has just gone up in flames. Oh my God! I've said it once. I will continue to say it. Somebody check Johnny Gargano's DNA.
Say what you want for Johnny Gargano. Velveteen Dream has perhaps proved what he said all along. Yes, he should have been in that opportunity.
The NXT Universe rallying behind Johnny Gargano. Meanwhile, Velveteen Dream going for his patented purple Rainmaker. But he can't do it with the left. He tries with the right, but that momentary lapse in judgment cost him.
That pause certainly cost him. It gave Gargano the opportunity to get the knees up, and now Gargano paused to strike.
And Gargano's been targeting that left arm throughout the match, knowing full well that is Velveteen. Oh! Super kick by Gargano. And Gargano now about to cinch in. The Gargano
He's got it.
escape.
That injured arm.
And the tap.
Velveteen's got a tap. He's tapping.
The tap.
Here's the winner by submission, Johnny Gargano.
Gargano still moves on.
We should never question the heart of Johnny Gargano ever again.
He keeps his opportunity, and he will face Andrade Cien Almas in just 3 days at TakeOver Philadelphia.
What an incredible match. What an incredible display from both of these competitors. Let's take a look, if we can, how this match went down. Both men were willing to put it all on the line. Dream here, an incredible maneuver off the middle rope, slow to cover. I thought it was all done at this point, but there was one man who refused to quit, and that's Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, you're right about that. This is a big mistake on Velveteen Dream. Going for that right elbow drop, that purple Rainmaker, but Johnny Gargano gets those knees up, which leads to this.
That super kick right across the jaw. And then it was Gargano using the injured arm at the same time as applying the Gargano escape to get the tap and move on to take over Philadelphia. Fellas, I am out of breath. Both these men proved something to me.
You're out of breath, but Johnny Gargano can still go.
Johnny Wrestling celebrating with the NXT Universe, but that celebration has been interrupted.
Hold on.
El Idolo Andrade Cien Almas, his business manager Zelina Vega, the NXT champion.
He's the man that Gargano will face in 72 hours.
Do you think Andrade Cien Almas truly believed that he would be facing Johnny Wrestling after the plan they tried to hatch?
Well, I'm not sure. That's perhaps a moot point now. But if you were a gambling man and you had to bet on one of these two
his
men...
reaction says it all. He's nonplussed. He thinks it's a joke still that Johnny Gargano is getting the opportunity this Saturday at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia.
That's going to be his downfall, but I completely agree with you, Nigel. I think Zelina set this whole thing up because she's fearful that Johnny Gargano can win. She knows that Johnny's on a mission.
Do you think they're afraid, or do you think perhaps this is just another ploy?
I think they know if anybody can relieve Andrade Cien Almas of the NXT title, it's Johnny Gargano.
Oh,
wait a second.
The champion tried to ambush Johnny Gargano. Gargano blocked those strikes, but now on the receiving end of the lightning quick offense of the NXT champion. Almas making it clear to everyone that he is the champion, that he has Johnny Wrestling's number. As we mentioned, 2-0 in singles competition against the NXT #1 contender. Will this be the scene Saturday night at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia?
Real classy, champ.
But look at Johnny Gargano, Nigel.
Johnny Gargano refusing to quit. But for the second time tonight, I'm questioning what he's doing. Johnny, get to the back.
Whoa! Oh, and Gargano! The word capitulate is not in his dictionary. Slingshot, and he does! Almost with the DDT! The slingshot DDT that earned Gargano the opportunity at the NXT title, and he just sent a loud message to the champ. Wow. The kid from Cleveland may have just made even his biggest doubters a member of Believe Land. Johnny Gargano will challenge Andrade Cien Almas for the NXT Championship. Johnny Gargano believes in himself. Johnny Wrestling believes he will walk out of Philadelphia NXT champion. Find out this Saturday night, 7 Eastern for the NXT TakeOver pre-show. And then it's NXT TakeOver Philadelphia with Gargano gunning for the gold. Only on the WWE Network. A night that will not soon be forgotten.
The excitement is off the charts.
A sea of scores to be settled. This is NXT TakeOver.
To the stratosphere.